Okay, hi, welcome back. Well, this week we also received very nice examples of your journeys, so we are really glad that you have uploaded your work, and we select a couple of them to discuss during this session. Well, the practical challenge for this week was adding emotions to the journey, and we see that you use different ways to do, so that was very nice to see. And there was also a discussion about the positive emotions, negative emotions, and well, it's really important to also add the positive emotions in your journey. And we see here a very nice example also how the emotions is changing from negative to positive, for example. And if you also look what the insights are, which is described in that specific emoticons, then it's also gives you a lot of hints, you could say, in order to see what trigger the positive emotions, for example.
Yeah, keep in mind that most of the times as a designer you want to you want to solve a problem that is related to a negative emotion. For example, that the patient doesn't have enough information, or that he or she is anxious, or that he wants more information how to do his rehabilitation. So most of the time the situations that you want to improve are related to negative emotions, but at the same time, if you have a good insight why and when someone has positive emotions, you can use these insights maybe to get already some ideas for improvements, or that you know that you have to maintain those positive emotions. So it's very important to map them both and to have good insights in both.
Yeah. And there was also on the discussion board about the insights, what the insights are, and we see very different ways that you have used to describe the insights. But one of the things, the insights are very subjective findings, you could say, depending on a certain situation. So you have to make it useful as a design input. So, for example, we see here the insights, which is described here, and those are really already described as design input. So this is, I think, very important to do also when you are filling in the touch points for next week.
Yeah. We can show you a few of the patient journeys. This one, for example, this student used the template, but you see in general some of you use the template, some of you make a whole new journey. But of course, you are free to do it how you want to do it. But it's easy and it takes less time when you use the template. So and you can fill it in by hand or fill it in the computer. But this example, it's an example what also works well is that you first give a title on your patient journey. So here the example is about breast cancer. And the different emotions are very nicely mapped. But what is missing here are all the different actors. So here the only actor now is the patient. And in the next step, when you want to design something, it's handy, or it's essential even, that you also have the other actors on the map, so that you see the different interactions between the different actors. Because here all different kinds of insights are found, which are good, but they are only insights related to the patient. And when you have insights related to patient and another actor interaction or communication, then the next step is more fluent, more intuitive to start with your design phase, your ideation phase. Did you have another example you want to show?
Yeah, I like this example also, especially with the combination. So this is really a good coherent story, I believe. you have the different emotions, but it's also describe what you feel, but all the insights is also there. So this is also a very nice example how complete your journey can be.
Yeah. So, and keep in mind, as Armand already explained, the insights, they can be a bit personal and subjective. So, if you are a designer who's more into communication design or interaction design, you will look at insights that are related to interaction and information and communication. If you're more like a product designer, you might see more insights related to tools in the operating room or tools that are used during a consult. So you can have the same map, but you can have different insights out of them. And maybe also if you put the insights on your journey, you will also find that at some point you will miss certain kind of information. So of course you are also free to go back to your patient and to ask that again. So your insights are already a little step towards the next assignment, where you have to define touch points, as we call them. So points in your map, where situations in your map where different actors come together and where something happens, and where something can be improved by you. So that's the next assignment.
Yeah, maybe one just a tip for the filling in the touch points. Ask the question why, and also think in terms of how you can improve it. I think if you do both as the insights as a starting point, then it will be much easier to fill in the touch points. Okay.
That's it for now.
Yeah.
Good luck. See you next week.
Good luck. Bye.